Hello Wargamers, Brother Zachareus here with another Blood Angels video, this time talking about Commander Dante, the Blood Angels Chapter Master. Interesting factoids about him are that he is the oldest living Space Marine that is not a Chaos Marine or in a Dreadnought. He's been the Chapter Master for over 1,000 years, and he's been alive longer than that even, as you would expect, and somehow in all that time he does not have the Eternal Warrior special rule. And I don't really expect that to change, but that's more or less okay since he's not really a combat juggernaut anyway. Commander Dante is a good example of what is cool about Blood Angels special characters, and also a good example of what's kind of weighing them down at the present, which is why I chose to speak about him specifically first. Good things about Dante. He's jump infantry. He has super Descent of Angels in that he does not scatter when he uses Deep Strike, and neither does the unit that he's with, if he's in one. He has hit and run, so you can go into combat and exit pretty effectively. He has 6 initiative, so it's really easy to pass that roll. He has a Melt-A-Pistol, and considering you want him in close range pretty much at all times, that is a good weapon for him to have. He has some sort of weird mojo on his death mask that allows you to nerf the weapon skill, initiative, strength, and attacks characteristics on an enemy character by 1 each at the beginning of the game for no reason that anybody understands. And with any luck, that will disappear in the upcoming codex just because it's not fun to use, and I'm pretty sure that as unfun as it is to use, it sucks way more for the person that you're using it on. So, all that stuff being said, what was at one time a really awesome trait for him to have is that when you use him, you can field Sanguinary Guard as troop choices. In the 5th edition, that was awesome because Sanguinary Guard were really good in 5th edition. They are way less good now for a couple of reasons. Primarily, the power weapon changes and the, I suppose, falling out of favor that missiles have experienced. In 5th edition, missiles were, you know, the hot stuff, and because of that, not a lot of AP2 weaponry was fielded because AP3 weaponry that was cheaper and had oftentimes better range did a perfectly fine job of taking out armor and taking out everything else. So Sanguinary Guard still got their armor saves. They could fly around the battlefield and chop things up with their AP2 close combat weapons and their 2 or 3 attacks or 4 attacks if you have a chapter banner and charged, and just pretty much kill whatever they wanted. Now they can't kill heavy infantry. They're still effective against medium and light infantry, but they cost way more than most of their competing models these days, and their durability just isn't like it used to be. They can't withstand AP2 shots at all. So you just kind of have to force the Sanguinary Guard into your list these days, which makes that less of a great trait for Dante to have. With any luck in the upcoming codex, the Sanguinary Guard will see a variety of changes. Really any one of the changes between dramatic point deductions or just buffs to their durability would really improve their standing, but as it is, that isn't a great model to be taking. Gravitating from kind of traits that you're not going to use anymore to weaknesses that Dante has currently. Most glaring of them is that he has a power axe, and this is actually a problem for a lot of Blood Angels models, Sanguinary Guard included, that really hurts. A lot of Blood Angel special characters standard characters or models as they used to be had higher than average initiative. So the way they would succeed in close combat would be they get in there and they would attack first and slice up the enemies. If they failed, be it by missing or failing to wound, they would probably get the crap kicked out of them when their opponent attacked back, because their durability, while still good because they're Space Marines, does not compete with other big melee units. Dante has a 4-up invulnerable save with his Iron Halo, but he's only got 4 toughness, and he's got 4 wounds, but he doesn't have Eternal Warrior, so a great number of things could just wipe him off the battlefield in a single shot or swing. And the squads that you're going to be taking with him, same rules really apply. They're probably going to be, not allowed to take their armor saves. And not being capable of striking first really amplifies that weakness for them quite a bit. Dante specifically, because if you want to use him to duel somebody, he's probably going to lose. So, that being said, he's still a fantastic model to, dance around the battlefield, taking out other lesser squads, if there are any. So, you could use him to fight most troop options, most fast attack options, a lot of elite options, not all of them. He'd probably lose to Terminators. And anything that is equivalent to Terminators. But for taking out medium light infantry, he still does the job very well. And a lot of this spills over to other Blood Angels characters, like I already said. Astrath the Grim, most specifically Mephiston to a certain extent, but the next video will be focusing on Mephiston, and I'll highlight that more there. But for now, that's pretty much it. Commander Dante was pretty awesome. He's still okay. He can still do a lot of the things that he used to be really good at to a pretty decent degree of success. He cannot fight heavy infantry, and he cannot fight other HQ models, reliably. So it's best to steer clear of that. Hopefully in the upcoming codex, he'll be able to strike at initiative instead of at 1. That'd be a very good change. Hopefully they'll take away his Death Mask of Sanguinius rules and replace them with something a little less stupid. Hopefully something that allows a bit more interaction between you and your opponent. And with any luck, they'll improve the Sanguinary Guard or the Vanguard veterans to better utilize his lack of scattering with the Deep Strike, and with any luck, allow him to assault directly out of a Deep Strike. That would be a pretty cool rule. But that's it for now. Leave any comments or questions below. Let me know what you think, what you'd like to hear, if anything at all. Until then, happy wargaming, and hopefully within the next few days I'll have the Mephiston video up here.